To whom do you give advice? Or to who do you seek advice from? These are questions that Jesus invites us to examine further today from our gospel as he's speaking to the Pharisees and criticizing them, calling them hypocrites because of all of the ways in which they offer spiritual advice or judgment on other people, yet they fail to see the things that they need to work on. They fail to look inward. They're so good at looking outward at other people, yet they forget to look inward. And the great metaphor that we know he uses is this: how can you notice the splinter in your brother's eye without recognizing the wooden beam in your own? So he's even saying that there's something bigger wrong in these Pharisees' lives than what they're even pointing out in the lives of other people. For us too, if we're asked to give advice, it can be very easy for us to give a personal, hasty opinion, to give what we think about the situation without really giving it any discernment or prayer. If someone's coming to us for advice, especially spiritual advice, it merits that moment of discernment at least. And it doesn't have to be a hasty answer. People in our world today, we love very quick answers to questions. But if we're serious about it, we know there are no easy answers, especially if there are things that we need advice about. So too, if we're seeking advice from another person, we should consider if we know this person to be a person of prayer. I'm asked for spiritual advice a lot, and that's a great responsibility. What it means is that I should be in prayer every morning, and I try to do that every day. And you guys will keep me honest on that. So what's the solution to all of this? Yes, to keep praying. Yes, to not offer hasty advice, but always to turn to Jesus first in every situation. To turn to Jesus and take our problems, our issues, our questions to him first in prayer. And if we need spiritual advice from another person, go to that person and ask them. Discern if that person has a relationship with Jesus, if they recognize Jesus as their own Lord and Savior, then that might be a good person to go to in prayer. And then compare that with what you've received in prayer yourself. And if you're asked to give advice, make sure not to give any hasty answers. Make sure to bring Jesus into the conversation as quickly as possible. Because it's only with the help and guidance of Jesus that we can move forward, that we can remove the wooden beams from our own eyes, and that we might be able to even point out splinters in other people's eyes, but always with the help of Jesus.